Sophie Williams 5 Oz Saturday, December 9, 2017. 2017 has been an eventful year, full of ups and downs. But for those in the public relations field, there have definitely been more ups rather than downs, from Kendall Jenner saving the world in the Pepsi advert to Adidas congratulating runners for surviving the Boston Marathon. Here's a list of the bad and the awful. Nivea tells everyone that white is purity. The skin brand posted an advert on its Facebook page which read, "White is purity," alongside a picture of a white woman. According to the brand, it was aimed at its users in the Middle East. However, the ad received negative comments due to its racial connotations. The ad itself was picked up by alt-right social media accounts, prompting the brand to eventually remove it from its page and apologize. Curry's PC World and its offensive sign about tramps. The company came under fire after one of its stores in Wrexham, Wales, placed a sign close to rubbish bins at the back of its store that read, "Attention tramps, stop looking for valuables in our bins and start looking for a job." Curry's PC World photo Ben Stansalap Getty Images. The manager of the store was forced to apologize and remind members of the public that it was an unofficial sign. Theresa May and the falling letters. May's speech at this year's Conservative conference descended into chaos and farce. Firstly, she was handed a P45 by a prankster. Comedian Simon Brodkin, aka prankster Lee Nelson, hands Prime Minister Theresa May a P45 during her keynote speech to delegates and party members. Photo by Carl Gort. Getty Images. Then she started to lose her voice and had to have a throat sweet from the Philip Hammond. And then the letters of the party's slogan began to fall off from the wall behind her. Ministers rallied round Mrs. May following the speech. David Lidington, the Justice Secretary, told "Most people out there in the real world know they have to get up and go to work coping with a bad throat or a cold from time to time. You just get on and do it, and the Prime Minister has just given a demonstration of that." Pepsi find out that a can of its drink can't resolve everything. The bizarre advertisement from Pepsi showed a group of protesters and police. Kendall Jenner then walked up to a member of the police and handed him a can of the soft drink, helping to ease the tension and making the officer smile. Instantly, the footage received backlash from people who said that the advert was trivializing the Black Lives Matter protests. Bernice King, daughter of Martin Luther King, even got involved, tweeting to her followers, "If only Daddy had known about the power of Pepsi." The company was forced to pull the ad. Adidas congratulates runners in the Boston Marathon for surviving. Those who completed the grueling 26.2-mile route were sent an email from Adidas for finishing the race. However, given the history of the marathon, the choice of heading for the email could certainly have been better. At Adidas, you may want to rethink the subject line. Pic.twitter.com Curub8 Fiao, Mike Dennison at Mikid33 April 18, 2017. NME uses Stormzy as the cover star without asking his permission. The grime star lashed out at the music magazine after it used him on the cover of a magazine which had a focus on depression. Stormzy wasn't pleased that the cover made it sound like he had talked to NME and endorsed the cover. However, he had not. The headline read, "Depression, it's time to talk. They've used me on their cover without my permission. Depression is a very sensitive issue and it's something I've spoken about." Pic.twitter.com/drug GSAP at Stormzy 1 March 16, 2017. He said on Twitter, "My issue is not about me speaking out about it. That is fine and I'm happy I'm able to help, but they've been very foul here. I know it will help others, but just imagine a personal battle of yours being published on the front of a magazine without your permission." McDonald's accused of using a child's grief in advert. The fast food chain released a commercial about a boy who lost his father and discusses his late dad with his mum over a fillet fish. The Advertising Standards Authority received more than 100 complaints. Bereavement charities were also upset with the chain for using the issue to sell food, prompting McDonald's to promise that it would never happen again.